The Amazon Amerins very respectfully and technically return their deaths to the center or basis of the cycle of life, which are the by them enhanced forest and forest soils, which are strongly associated with the circle of life, survival, existence, etc. They do not bury further away in some graveyard but right below where the living prefer to live. In fact, the living and deceived stay very close or intimate forever, or for as long as they do not need to migrate. In the case of a burial, first of all they get rid of all flesh, which is considered earthly, and they immediately and efficiently return the flesh to the circle of life, and most if not all to the by them carbon-enriched and enhanced soil. Because of the complete burial, the now even further enriched soil will have its function in the circle of life even more enhanced. In case the couple or family passes away, all their belongings including their houses will be burned and or cremated with their flesh. Their descendants and we modern humans do not do all that anymore, apart from a certain increase of the frequency of cremations. In the case of modern human cremations, the flesh and all the rest is not returned to the forest or soils, but the gas forms and carbon dioxide is emitted to the atmosphere instead. Resuming, Amazon Amerins recycle and thus remove carbon dioxide, but also enhance the removal of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. This while we, even when we bury our deaths, again add to the emissions of carbon dioxide. Amazon Amerins, contrary to us modern humans, do not involve art that depicts or represents the deceived but one of their deities instead. We will call that deity the recycler and life enhancer, and also Tiki, for now. Amazon Amerins probably do not call that deity or representative of the cosmos by the name of Tiki. MakéMaké in the case of Easter Island, Viracocha in the case of certain Andean cultures. For now, we call the figure or deity Tiki, because in other videos we show evidence that that same representative symbol is repeated along during the expansions, migrations, and turnovers, also to all other continents, and is somehow present including in burials all along our history. On occasions, and on the Austronesian Expansion, the name Tiki will be used. While the Greek depict their part of the cosmos and abundance, the Amazon Amerins live in the middle of cosmos and abundance, and maintain it. The Greek, at least partly, project the food and materials providing agroforest of the Amazon Amerind on agriculture, which compared to carbon agroforest is incomplete and not infinitely sustainable. Agriculture is kind of sustainable as long as fertility comes from active volcanoes and their sediments, whether these are fluid or through the air. After and outside the Amazon forest, dense populations initially only occurred close to certain volcanoes and the Ring of Fire, which is associated with the Austronesian Expansion. The migrated Amazon Amerins could expand and still thrive, even with thereafter abandoning the Amazon forest non-autonomous lifestyle and practices. About Tiki. The in funerals depicted and as container used deity or representative of the cosmos, is like a container or holder. Arms and legs are less or not important for this function. Arms and legs are only associated with living humans and with certain living animals. The head is separated from the body by a multiple collar, and is open on the top, possibly representing an opening to the cosmos. The mouth has no teeth and certainly no fangs, like in jaguar or feline representations in the cases that depict transformed or metamorphosed humans. Animal representations are related to human transformations and not involved in funerals and funeral urns. Genitals are more absent and if presented more female, possibly because the passed-away human was a woman or girl. The mouth can be shut by the hands, or sucking the soil or connected to the soil or the feet of the figure, which are associated with soil. Extremities can suck the soil or connect as naps to the soil. Maybe the deity is dependent on fertile soil to feed itself, and consequently the relatives or people will try to provide and sustain soil fertility. Maybe people expect the deity to provide or enhance fertility, and or successful recycling, not necessarily only human offspring, that could be reinforced or possibly symbolized with depictions of snakes springing from the head, or hold it in the hands of the extended arms, cfr Peru, Incas, etc. Obviously, in the case of modern humans, snakes are not involved, and if somehow involved they are related to the devil. Resuming. Amazon Amerins represent total recycling, fertile, enhanced and carbon-rich soil, biodiversity, fertility for humans and all biodiversity. Modern humans represent no preference for recycling, no reference to fertile or carbon-rich physical soil and forest or agroforest, only some superficial references to clay and ash, no preference for biodiversity. They assumed religious humans and later modern humans are the fittest and or the most enlightened, and are promised they will be rewarded with heaven or somehow in a materialistic way.